We're live. So let's hold that.
You got it.
Now we got a Led Zeppelin collection in. Just point to the Led Zeppelin. I'm gonna make sure this is going
Okay.
correctly. So we got some people not in the room. Just hang it there. We'll be right back, folks. Just hang out and watch some records. All right, this thing is working now. So it's been a long time since I've done one of these live videos. Tim here, who's holding the camera, is like, I used to like when you did those live videos, digging through the back. You'll probably notice if you look at this shelf here, this used to be piles of boxes. It no longer is piles of boxes. We've gotten a lot of stuff processed, so there's not been a ton of stuff to show you guys. But this collection just rolled in today, and Tim, who's holding the camera, was like, "You should do a video on this." I'm like, "All right, we can do a live video." So this just popped in the store today. Guy called me earlier in the week and said, "I got some first pressing Led Zeppelin records. Do you buy that kind of stuff?" I bought it at uh, an old store. Double click that trigger. Double click it. There you go. So he's like, I used to buy, a lot of first pressings at record stores in town, and I'm just looking to sell them. They've been sitting in my closets for years. So I'm thinking like Led Zeppelin 2, Led Zeppelin 1, not a huge deal, not a cool if they're nice, clean, but Led Zeppelin records aren't really rare. So I'm not thinking, wow, what might come in the door? Anyways, guy comes in today with crates of records, and I'm looking at the records, and as you can see here, they're all boots. So the guy came in with crates and crates of Led Zeppelin bootlegs. Uh, if you've been watching the channel long before I did new arrival videos, 10 years ago, I bought the most badass Led Zeppelin bootleg collection in the entire world. It was like 1,000 Led Zeppelin bootlegs. It was by, I believe the guy passed away, but somebody else got it and he bought it at like a surplus auction. Anyways, there was 1,000 bootlegs in it. They were all mint. And from what I heard, the guy bought them from the gentleman who wrote the book on Led Zeppelin bootlegs in the 80s. There was like 30, 40 acetates. I only ended up filming a very small sliver of it and putting it on YouTube, but it was like 1,000 Led Zeppelin bootlegs total. Anyways, this fails in comparison to that, but this is really cool. I figured I'd show you guys. There's some other Pink Floyd related boots in here, but we'll go through them together. I myself haven't spent a ton of time with them. So Led Zeppelin Last Led. Some of these are colored, some of them aren't. What's this? Led Zeppelin 4 on Rot Stereo. I have no idea what that is. Live in Seattle, the 73 tour. Now, this is exactly how I got them, minus the dirty, dusty crates. I'm going to go through them and clean them and rebag them. I'm kind of keeping them in his sleeves because I don't want to lose, the artwork that came with them. Oh, that's nice. Splatter wax. Sometimes the splatter wax is a real big deal when it comes to these boots. The colored vinyl is a real big deal. Sometimes they only came that way and then it's less of a big deal. But I'm going to have to spend some time and check them out. I myself am not a bootleg collector. So I have none of these personally in my collection. A lot of boxes. Destroyer box. Strange Tales from the Road. This is a colored box. They did this in black and they did them in colored as well. All of these are pretty much unplayed. What we got? Destroyer 3. the entire show. This is on black vinyl. Let's see, maybe another Destroyer box. Zepp over Europe. 4 LP concert box set. This is on black vinyl. Let's see. Duck Walks and Lasers. That's on black vinyl. Live in Osaka. I remember the original collection. There was acetates of this. This is on black vinyl. In the Light. Looks like it could possibly be colored vinyl. Oh, black vinyl. The Backstage Story. Black vinyl. LA Forum. Get myself in trouble. The YouTube censors. Led Zeppelin LA Forum. Oh, we got any comments coming in? Questions
There
coming
have
in?
been
Sorry.
things popping up, but I didn't realize I was supposed to keep track of that.
Something, is
Okay.
reasonable worth mentioning.
Okay.
Who's this? Three LP set? 3 LP set live in concert. This is 1980. The 1980 stuff tends to sound better, but it was Led Zeppelin, unfortunately, at their worst. Hiawatha Express.
Someone commented that the Led Zeppelin bootleg book is great. It's cool that you got that.
It was a cool collection, especially at that stage. The store was relatively new. To get something that big was a nice jolt of funds. The guy got him for nothing too. He got him for like $200, and I think he ended up buying a brand new Harley from what I gave him. But I got a bunch of great stuff. I got my turquoise from him. I got an original road case, Classic Records road case from him.
Customer wants to know if you got the plastic box with the handle.
The so oddly enough, not in this collection, but the final I want to say Final Solution, but that's not it. Uh the final I know what you're talking about.
Also, customer wants to know if these will be on the website.
They won't go on the website. These will be on in the store only. I might do some whatnots with these as well. We do live auctions on whatnot. Black vinyl. I think this is the only official record in the whole list. I don't know why he gave me this one, but out of all the boots, tended to have just one copy of Death Wish. There's some non-Zepp stuff in here as well. Uh, Hendrix live at the Hollywood Bowl. That's a cool cover. Live in Seattle, 75. Tokyo, 72.
Yeah, the guy's clarifying that box, that plastic box, is brown with the handle, looks like a suitcase or
Yeah,
something like that.
it's like 60 LPs, 60 boots.
Did that one come in with the previous
So
one?
there was Canon in there. There was everything imaginable in there, except for that. That was the only piece that was really missing. And I think he probably had it part of his collection at some point. But again, the guy I think passed away. From what I heard, the guy was living in Canada. He passed away. Somehow his collection ended up with some consignment liquidator here in town. And and it went to this liquidator. And they got nothing for it. But I think some of it got broken apart because that box would have been in there. Because the guy had every variant of every boot you could possibly. Because a lot of this stuff is the same concert, 47 different covers and names. And let's see, Nebworth Volume 1 and 2. So it's a lot of the same boots, but he had every variant, every color variant. It was nuts. But that wasn't in there, and that just didn't make sense that it wasn't in there. It should have been. The Last Brawl, black vinyl. Fortunately, this guy doesn't have a ton of colored vinyl. What is this? Vienna 73. Badge holders only. Like, this is one that I got a kick out of when I was going through that last collection because there's 40 different versions of badge holders. For Your Love, The Firm, Dinosaur.
Customer noted they think they see their order sitting in a pile here along the wall.
Your future order might be here. This is actually a restock we're working on. Copenhagen warm ups, the second night. What's this? Alice Cooper. Toronto Rock and Roll Revival, 1969. That's a hefty chunk of wow. What is this? It's a 4 disc. Denver 68 and Oakland 77. Alpha and Omega. I know from the last bootleg collection I got, these firm bootlegs, they don't sell that well, but he had a ton of them in there. The original guy. Live on what is that? 75. Collector's edition copy, 150 copies with 30 copies on MCV. Maybe multicolored vinyl. I don't know what that is. That's black vinyl. 3 days after. Black vinyl. Let's bring it back memories here going through these. Bottom. Session Man.
Possibly sessions he worked on
Okay.
outside of Zeppelin.
Looks like it. Unless they renamed the tracks, which they probably didn't do. Fair do. 72. San Bernardino. In it through the outtakes. Contains unreleased studio versions. I like it. Test pressing. Sure. What is this? Seattle 75, Boston 70. Getting the lead out. We've done the best. Over. You okay over there?
Yeah, just getting used to this thing. That's all.
Let's see. Platinum. All black vinyl. For badge holders only, part 2. Official Masters reissue series. Kind of has the Mobile Fidelity font there, huh?
Yeah.
They're going for some real wishful thinking. Live at the Lyceum in London. I just walked by that the other day on my trip to London, which I said I was going to make a video on and haven't yet. Live in Montreux, 1971. Unfortunately, these are the best musical performances and the lowest quality sonically. Newport Jazz Festival. Nobody's Fault But Mine on Sad Song. Melancholy Danish Peach. Oh, this is multicolored vinyl. Yeah, nice.
Someone wants to know when you're going to post that London video.
I'm planning on it this Sunday. I was going to do it last week. I got sick. I still have a little bit of a cough. If you watch the new arrival video from last Thursday, You'll notice a lot more edits than normal because I had to periodically stop and hack along up and then go back and film. Live in Hamburg, Stairway to Moon. Led Zeppelin to satisfy the rest. Led Zeppelin. That's cool. From the Kanaki Institute of Zeppenology. BBC Concert 71, Alexandra 72. The Last Rehearsal 1980. Winterland. Oh, now we're getting into some Floyd. The Great Gig in the Sky.
Somebody that probably joined a little bit later is asking again about whether or not they'll be on the website. If you want to repeat
Yeah,
that.
not be on the website. Whatnot. I'll be putting some of these on Whatnot, mostly in the store.
Someone also asks if there's a P in the dead wax of any of these. We haven't looked at that yet, I don't think.
We're not that far. Dave Bowie. Rush live in 74. And not all Zepp, but mostly Zepp. We see concert. The Beatles, 2 weeks in January 1969. What is this?
Probably like from Twickenham or
Looks
something.
like the comedy from Twickenham, maybe the rooftop. That's always desirable. Duck Walks and Lasers. The Stones, 78. It's like Some Girls Tour. Yes. Chord of Life.
Any Velvet Underground come in lately?
Yes, I've got. That's going to be in a future video. I got some stuff planned. I know you guys haven't seen me, and maybe you guys are missing me, but no, I've got a bunch of stuff planned. Something cool, and I'm going to talk about some Velvet Underground. I think that'll come out in a week and a half. Knock on wood. What the hell is this? Welcome to the machine. Maybe like this looks good. Just says Roger. But it's got stuff from Wish You Were Here, Animals, Dark Side. I mean, set to go. I don't know what it is. In the mood. Oh, Phil Collins. Is this live from Maple Leaf Gardens? Jeff Healy in concert, Westwood One concert. Gypsy on Cloud Nine, Jimi Hendrix. Record Plant Studio 69. Blueberry Hill. Hendrix at the Forum. Live at Randall's Island, 1970. Paris, 68. Can't use my name. Ooh, Dark Side of the Moon. Featuring a dozen rare unreleased studio tracks. I'm guessing a good amount of this stuff has been officially released on box sets at this point. That's cool. I'll give some of this stuff a listen. The third official release. Jeff Beck on Corneophone. Jimi Hendrix, Pipe Dream. Jimmy, You Can't Use My Name. Some Honey Drippers. Last American Concert. So mostly Hendrix and Zep. Oh, I had that one before. Guy bought it. He's like, I don't even have a record player, but it's a cool photo. Jimmy drinking a Budweiser. Led Zeppelin bootleg, 1971 BBC, Stairway to Heaven. And the last two, oh, that's cool. Looks like one of the Blue Note, Blue
Yeah,
Note
80s reissue thing.
80s terrible covers, but mostly the unreleased stuff, the LT series stuff. And that's a double. All right. So, yeah, I just thought it'd be cool to do one of these videos, mostly for Tim. I think Tim really, you wanted it the most, I think. Yeah, Tim was happy. But yeah, there's some killer stuff coming out. I'll show you guys. But yeah, until next time. Now, there should be a stop button you can hit on the camera itself.
Oh, not really.
Maybe this.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Yeah.